Afternoon, everybody. How are we? Is the frame rate a bit weird? I don't know, but I've been playing this morning, trying to get all this right. Hopefully, we're getting back to normality. Still haven't sorted the microphone weirdness out. Still haven't managed to make this the default microphone over all the channels. I don't know why, but you know, there we go. So it looks like we've got this weird crown thing started, and it looks like it's down to the number of comments. I think it's like the top commenter. I'm not sure. Something that's just popped up this week. I've not noticed it before. Oh, hang on, where's me thing gone now? I've lost my chat now. Let's pop that back out again. Ba, ba, ba. Right, so I think that's what the situation is. I think it's the number one commenter gets the number one crown. It looks like Martin's number one. So we've got quite a few in. Let's have a look who we got. We got Martin in first, then Tim, Aaron, Joe, Ricardo, Chris is in, Nick Petronics, Rob's radio channel. I think we said Jude Matambly, didn't we? I think, yeah, you're in. And a super chat from Rob. Thank you, Rob. Bob Anderson's in with 0.35 total harmonic distortion. Very nice. Aaron's having spaghetti. Tim's in. Benji's in. There you go, Benji. Filthy Taylor's in. James Farley, hi James. Gavin, how you doing? Gavin's in. Who else we got? Anyone else new? Anthony, afternoon to you, mate. Been hit on the head by a palm leaf. As long as it wasn't a coconut, Gavin, you're all right, mate. Yeah, right. So we're going back to our sort of hacker goodness today. So this radio's come in from a chap that's been asking me to look at this for quite some time now. I just haven't had a chance to meet up with him, and when I did make plans, he couldn't make it, and when he could make it, I couldn't make it. And anyway, I've got it. I went down and got it on, well, yeah, yesterday actually. Picked it up yesterday morning. So I said it'd be a good one to stick on the live stream to have a look at. So I'm sure you're all aware of the Sovereign 2. We've done a few of them on here. This one could be a bit of a pain actually. It's got no FM, so FM circuits in these do my head in. FM alignment's a nightmare, but it might be something easy, I'm hoping. But I'm really not sure how far I'm going with this yet. I have sent Paul a message, so hopefully he'll let us know. No coconuts on your palm tree. Oh dear. David Tack, hi David, how are you? Sunshine and showers. Well, it's sunshine now. It was showers just now, so it's a bit same year really. So yes, we have a Stream Deck back working, and it's working. I've configured the buttons slightly different. If I push a button, it immediately jumps to that one rather than me having to queue it up. I've done other things. I should still have picture in picture. Yes, I have. Audio seems to be working. I've got to be careful that the audio doesn't go off because that's still not fixed. If I transition to another camera, very often it's knocking the audio off. I've not worked out how to link the audio to every camera yet. Strange. Very strange. So anyone got any ideas what could be up with this one then? Why has this got no FM? I've got a few ideas. The only thing the owner's done is given the switches a good old blast of deoxit. It is the earlier version as well, the RP25, not the 25A. Just some observations. The aerial is not going down fully. And normally that happens because someone puts too big a screw up the back end of it, and you're trying to push it down, it's butting against the screw, but we'll find out in a minute when we open the back up. It's got the one-piece handle without the removable ends. We've got some liftage, which is normal on the handle. Grill's pretty good. Can't see any major dents in that at all. Back panel. Back panel's broken there. And there as well by the looks of it. Yeah, so the back panel's broken. Again, I'm not sure whether we're looking at that or not. But you'll notice something a bit unusual, shall we say. We've got a bit of a modification, I believe. We've got one of the old style 3-pin plugs as well, without the shrouded thing. No shrouds on those pins. So unfortunately this side of it I will not be going anywhere near, so that plug will be coming off before it goes back, because I'm not going to test or touch the mod that's been done. So those that aren't familiar with the RP25, it's the Hacker Sovereign 2 cracking sounding set. A very good sort of beginner set if you want a set to have a play with. Sound great, they clean up very well. Long wave, medium wave and VHF, which is FM. Separate bass and treble, and they do go pretty loud once they're working. Aerial for FM. So I'm not sure what's going on with that aerial. Let's pull it right out and have a look. So it's got the swivel. Looks to be all there. So it doesn't go down fully, and I suspect that's because there's too long a screw in the bottom. So we'll have a look in a minute. Thank you, Rob, for super chat. Could be a transistor gone. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good possibility. That certainly is a possibility. What are the chances for some transistorator tapping? Well, it does have the dreaded AF117s, but they're not in the FM section. I believe they're only in the AM/IF. So I don't think it's going to be AF117s. Two bets on the whiskers. The owner's quite keen to keep this because he likes the fact he doesn't need to worry about batteries with it. So let's have a look inside, shall we, and see what's been done. Okay, so all right, yeah, it's a little bit dodgy. End of the day, we've got our connections in here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. As I say, I'm not really going to be touching this, but you can see now if I was to plug that in, then this would become live, so I could easily get myself across that and potentially cause a fatality. So someone's added another board in with a bridge rectifier, a few other little components. Yeah, very nice. Little Zener diode as well, by the looks of it, coming up to our power supply here. So we're obviously going to power it up from here, not from here, because I don't want to be getting anywhere near that. I mean, what else is going on though? Got some grey wires here. Always switching. Oh, don't like that. What's going on there then? It looks to me like we're switching the mains with that switch, which isn't good. I mean, it may be rated for mains, and if you can have a look up there, we've got our mains, our switch in underneath this one, just in there. And there's two wires going to that, and it looks like it comes back to this chock block down here. So we've got two grey wires coming out here and running up to the on-off switch. So it looks like the power is looped through the on-off switch and then back down to here. And then our normal on-off must have been diverted somehow, because that's on this one, you know, our normal power from our batteries. So I'm gonna have to get my head around how to power this up. Now we've got some bits here, that's obviously the bits that's been taken out to convert it. I mean, really, if you're going to do something like that, you need to protect it a bit better than that, don't you? But you know, as I say, that's not the thing that we're going to be messing with today. I'm not going to touch that at all, actually. There's all sorts of things. There's a capacitor touching the speaker frame. I'm going to have to work out how this is powering it, because that switch there, when it goes on, switches this, makes that live, which brings our power out through here. So someone's had a good old go at that, haven't they? I don't think the owner's done that. I think this is how he bought it. But I'm going to have to get it out of the case, I think, before I do anything else. Yeah, I don't like that at all. There you are. He did say he didn't want it touched, so it's going to have to stay in. Afternoon, Mr. Multi. How are you? Farkencracker. A Frankenhacker. It probably is rated for mains, Benji, but it's very, very close to the chassis. So we've got mains coming up to the switch now, which is very, very close to the AM/IF. I think they did do some modifications on the later versions of this, although it's the early one. Some of them had lot fits in in the AM IF. I think this is one of the later versions, so let's have a look at that aerial. Let's have a go at getting out of the chassis and just have a look, see what they've done with the wiring, because to power it up I'm going to need to get my power supply on something. I don't know if it's this, I don't know. Yeah, because all that switch is doing is powering the transformer. So yeah, I can connect onto that to try it, I suppose. Let's do that. I'll take photos of this. That definitely wouldn't pass any electrical safety checks anyway, for sure. Let's disconnect this. So there's not going to be any mains capacitors charged up on this, so we shouldn't have any problems there. So in theory I should be able to connect my bench supply onto here, so we can test it. The on-off switch is going to do nothing, because that's just switching that transformer. Let's have a look what my power supply is doing. We are on, we need 18 volts. Let's put the current limit down. So pretty much this is likely to jump into life as soon as I connect this. So positive. Yep. Drawing 30 milliamps, nothing fantastic, but we're on FM. So you should be getting something around here, around about 100. So certainly we've got AM, but quite right, it's like a rushing noise. It's the only way I can describe it. Let's have a look, just see if we've got any FM inside the radio anywhere. I'm just going to hook the signal tracer up and have a quick poke around. Zoom you out a little bit. Yeah, that is very dodgy. Right, let's hook on to something groundy. Something a bit groundy. Earth's right smack bang in the middle there, so I can't connect onto that. Let's connect on to, we've got a ground on here, haven't we? One of these is ground, that should be ground. Right, so this is the FM IF over here. See if we can get in on any transistors. If me thingies. A bit poorly again, isn't it? Good old signal tracer, he's done me well, this one, for years. Just having a probe around in the area of the transistors. can't get to any. No, there's. Not a lot. Can't really get onto the transistors because of these lock fits, and they haven't really got. No. First one. Okay. So we've got, it looks like we've got some audio up around TR3, which is the first transistor. So where is it disappearing? We got a TR3. We got anything here? Nothing at TR2. Let's try the bass. If I can get in there. No, I can't get in there. This is a problem. I'm going to have to take it out of the case so as we can get at the back of the board. But it looks like, luckily, it's not anything to do with the FM front end, which is a big bonus. I suspect it could be one of the lock fits gone in it. So let me think how we're going to do this, because I'm going to need to disconnect these wires. I really don't like that. That is way, way too close. So let's have a look. Sandra, how are you? Time for the schematic. Okay, let's get the schematic up for you, Benji. I think we can do that. We have the power. Let's find the schematic, and you can have a little nosy through. If you're feeling lucky. Okay, so I've not quite got this Okay, where's me chat one again? Ha, lost the mic again, did we? Yeah, sorry about that. I keep forgetting I've got to put the blimmin' audio on everything, am I? We've got to have audio on everything here. Okay, sound is back, yes, just me. Right. Let's take that washer off because it'll drop off, you can guarantee it. Oh, a little spring there, I don't know where he's come from, but it made it easy to get in there either. Just take this one off. So you've got to take the two side screws out, and then there's two in underneath here. That one and that one. Get them out. You can also see a screw down there as well, loose. It's come out of somewhere. It's got a screw loose. This should now come out, although I'm going to be a bit restricted by the come on. I'm a bit restricted by the lovely power cord there. Come on. So it looks like we're going to have to undo that. Not ideal. Let's just mark that wire and that wire is linking up. Just undo these if I can. It's a real pain how they've done it here. Can't really get into it because of the way they've fitted it, because the amplifier's in the way. Right, should be able to now. Dear, oh dear. Right, now it should come out. Yeah, that is very, very close to that transformer there. I don't think I'll get you in to see that on camera, but not good. Not good. Right. So I should be able to run this. Don't need the output in, so I'm not going to be worried about speakers. Yeah, so I see what they've done there. Dear, oh dear. So I should be able to possibly go through this with just my tracer. It's got no amplifier connected. Now, where's that? Probably detuned it now, have I? By throwing it about everywhere. Where is it? It's going to be somewhere around about there, isn't it? Where's that? Oh, so it's just up. Now that's the volume. Okay, so this is our transformer. Input. Doesn't appear to be anything on the output of that IF transformer at all. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a transformer. It could be this transistor here. I think that's the second one, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's the second transistor there. Let's see if I can get you in a bit closer so you can have a look at the back of the board with me. Okay. Let's have a look at the schematic. Hopefully it won't, actually I've got the schematic here. So the way I've set a Stream Deck up, unfortunately it stops working, the Stream Deck, as soon as I switch to the output, so I need to switch it off of local really. Where's my pointery thing? So this is the first transistor down here, and these two holes you can see are the cores on the IF transformer, which is IFT1. So the collector of this transistor, which I've got to assume is that one, goes off to a resistor which is here, and then goes into the transformer, and then it comes out of the transformer and it should go to the base of TR4, which is this one down here. So this is TR4 here, so we should be getting something there, but we're not. It could be that this transistor's gone kaput and it's somehow blocking the output from here. So we could desolder that one, drop it out of circuit, and then see if we've got anything on that pad. There is a capacitor in there. There's also an R7 resistor on that side as well. We also need to see that we've got our HT, which should be, we should have HT on here somewhere. So let's just check that a minute, make sure we've got our voltage on that transformer, because it wouldn't work very well if we didn't have that. So it should be sort of 8 to 10 volts there. Let's have a look. It's a bit too far away for that, isn't it? Light away from there. Zoom that one in a bit. That'll do. So on one of these outputs I should have my 8 to 10 volts. Now let me have a look which it's likely to be. So that's ground there. Power, according to this, 2.4. Yeah, there we go, 10.2. It's a little bit high. It says 10 volt max. We've got on our transistor. So we've got 10 volts on that transistor as well. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's fine. So look what we've got on this second transistor. So the base has got nothing on it, which should have something on it. We've got 10 volts on that point there. It looks to me like that. The transistor's doing absolutely nothing. Not transistoring. Let me see if I can find another one. Where's the other one hiding? Is it there? Potentially we got an issue with that transistor. Just turn the power off a minute. Let's see if that has got a short on it. No, it's not shorted. Diode. So I think that's the base. No, that's not the base. That's the. Let's have a look. That is that is the base. Diode junctions there. We don't have a junction there. Acting weird that. Let's pop that one out for a check a minute. Ben, how are you, mate? Let's catch up with the chat. Let's crack open a bottle of the old Skinny Doodala. Where are we? Is it going to focus? Skinny. Bit like me, really. Low carb. That's the name of the game. Where's my opener gone? I have to mess up with my camera to get the opener now. Yeah. Catch up with the chat. Pull the cap at the same time. It could be an open IF. Pull the cap at the same time. There's not really an electrolytic around there. The cap is inside the can. Crafty hen, very nice, Tim. Teaser. Bizarre, how you doing, mate? IFT has gone open, potentially. It's always fun trying to find out what the hell's what on these, because I don't think there's a board layout on it. Let's have a look. It might be. No. No, not really a close-up of that diagram either, really. Which is a shame. see what's going on with this. I've got to switch back to this to get the screen capture to work. Let's get back. Oh, probably I lost my audio then as well, I expect. I've got to sort this audio thing out. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, every time I transition it somehow blocks the audio. Not to worry, we're back. Let's pop that lock fit out and have a look then. They are lock fits, these, which are not the most reliable transistors on the planet. Come on. That's one that won't let go. Always want it now. I may need a new nozzle on my desoldering tool. Come on, out. Let's take that camera off for a second. We don't need that one. That's 4 steps, that's what I was looking for. There we are, one transistor. Let's get the transistor tester if I can find it. Where is it? Come on, transistor tester, where are you? Let's pop it on and see if this is the issue. No, it's not the issue. Interesting. What I don't know is how the hell these are wired up. Go in and check the terminals like that. Back to that. So, is that? Let's open. 13K. I don't know how these are wired. 31 ohm. Open there. 30 ohm. Yeah, so it's got to be those two. Potentially those two. Let's see when it's open. I would say that's one coil there, 23 ohms. That's open circuit there. It's only on the circuit screen, yeah. Lack of voltage on the base. It takes a bit of getting your head around to find out which terminal is which. You can do it, but you're working with both sides of the board really. Let me just go see if I've got another one of these a second. See if I've got another board handy that I can probe. Just have a look at the readings around that transformer. I've got lots of Sovereign 2s, but a lot of them are in storage at the moment. But I did have, or potentially had, a spare board. Now, where's my hacker box? That's the, is that a hacker box? That's a Roberts box. Hacker box. Have I got a spare IF board? FM taken off? No. Okay. I haven't got one out of a radio. The only way to really check is to pull the can apart. There's a Sovereign 2 there, looking a bit dusty. It's a 25A, but same IF board, I believe. Yes. Okay, let's bring another Sovereign 2 in, just so as I can ohm out the IF and rule that out, because I don't really, well, I can change the IF transformer, it's not a problem, but I'm just feeling that it's not that, you know. I'd be very surprised unless it was stored damp, but then it looks in good nick. It doesn't look like it's got any corrosion on it as such. Right. Looking forward to today's stream, Chris. No sound again? I can see sound on mine. You off, Martin? Can you see, mate? Derek Taffman, how you doing, Derek? Right, so I have another dusty Sovereign 2. This is a later RP25A, but pretty much the same radio, so not much difference. Oh, I'll just drop there, but you know. Let's just pop this one out of the case and we'll just double check the. Looks like I've robbed the aerial for this one for something in the past. It's the problem. I've got a lot of radios that I've pinched bits off to get other people's radios working, and end up without a working radio myself. Maddie's moaning downstairs. They went out this morning though, I believe. Mrs. Cruncher took them out early, I think, or no, maybe not. No, because they went out for a big run yesterday. Knackered them right out. Right, let's pop this board out. Of course, I'm assuming this board is working, but I don't know. Could be a double bluff. Right. So let me have a look at the this board here then a minute. Actually, we could see if this one's working, couldn't we? That would be a good start. Let's see if this one's working first before we go any further. It really is dusty, this one. Right, so let's have a look. That's our positive. That's our negative. Power on. I need to turn this one on now. This one isn't working. That's great. Is it because it hasn't got an aerial? Where's the aerial lead? Let's clip an aerial lead on. No. How strange. How strange. Sod's law, isn't it? Oh, it does look like this one's been messed about with as well. Well, not have much luck here, are we? Well, let's just for argument's sake, we're gonna still buzz out the transformer a minute. So we were getting readings across there before. 37 ohms on that one. Let's do the same on this one. .9 ohms. 8.12, near enough. Let's go that way to there. Open, that way to there. Open, so across the secondary. 5.22. Open. 6.62. Open. Mind you, this has got a resistor across this one. So it could be measuring that resistor. Let's just pop that one out. Just knock that one off. Come on, get off. Okay. Let's try that again. As I say, I was probably measuring that resistor, I expect. Wrong one. Come on, Graham, pay attention, for God's sake. Taking the wrong resistor off. So there's a resistor across the output on both of these, on both the transformers of this newer one. Try that again. So this is the one that's not working. Nothing. 10 ohms. Whoa, is it the transformer then? Yeah, definitely nothing on that one, and we've got 10 ohms on that. Let's go across 25 mega, so that's not really got any connection. 13k, that's got a little bit of connection across this way. Mega. Open. So yeah, if that should be a connection, it looks like that could be open. Well, let's pop him out and have a look then. Could it be an open circuit transformer? RV, how you doing, mate? Screwing doors. come on. Right. That's that one out. So those back legs are the ones that aren't soldered. Let's get the other one out. Come on, you touch that in. Okay. Come on. Come on. It's easy enough to tell which way round they are because the two of the legs aren't soldered. Right. Let's compare them. One issue, I've just forgot which one's which. Okay, the one that's marked T41/2V is from the donor set. Let's compare them on the bench then, with them out of circuit. So, let's assume that this is the primary side, 10 ohms. This is a secondary side, 8 ohms. Okay, well we've got something with it out of circuit. Let's try this one. Just under 10. 8. Okay, out of circuit. They're the same then. Interesting. What is going on? Okay, so it doesn't look like there's an issue with that. Let's just go across that way. 24 mag. Open. 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 How strange. So it's got to be something else then. What else have we got in that circuit that could be causing that to go open? Am I cracking up? Dry joint? I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery, that. Just test. some other stuff here now. Let me just put some, let's get rid of that pointy one. Let's go across there. Let's open. Pretty much open as well. Mega ohms. What is going on? So in theory that rules out that transformer and that transistor. What on earth? Let me try and do a screenshot again. Good luck, Harvey. A broken track? Yeah, potentially. Right, that should be audio now on. Let me just click on here just in case, but it should be audio on now. So we are now saying that that is good. That is good. Looks like that's good as well. So both coils in that one are good and that one's good. What on earth else could it be? Cheers, Anthony. Yeah, I'm a bit confused what could be causing this now then. I suppose it could be a problem up here maybe with R6 or C5 maybe. Messing up the voltage down to it. Because basically we should be seeing that voltage there minus this resistor is going to drop it down a bit, but we should be seeing some voltage on the base, and I don't think we had anything on the base, did we? I can't compare it with the other one because for some reason that one's not actually working. It might be that I pinched something else out of that one, I don't know. The signal is going through TR3, so we've got to assume that one's okay because it's going to that resistor there. It's also going to the transformer, so we've definitely got an output from TR3 into the transformer. It should be coming out the other side of the transformer though, but it's not. Mind you, what I haven't tried is disconnecting. Is that going to make it? No, it's not, because I'm only doing that. So should it, if I disconnect, if I just put that transformer back in and put the signal back in again, it might be worth a try. Anybody else got any suggestions? Well, it doesn't seem to be, Joe, but the the coils seem all right. Yeah. A short in TR5. Where is TR5? I can't see a TR5. Oh, TR5 is over here. Right on the output. BF194 TR5. Where the hell is TR5 when you need it? It's got to be the one down. That's TR6 there. TR5 is here. Okay, let's have a look at TR5. Stick that one on the diode test. No short on TR5. Oh, hang on. I look at the wrong board. Look at the wrong bloody board, you fool. Oh dear. No short on TR5, Bob. There's a fly flying around my head now. Let's try TR6, which is in here. What's going on with this TR6? Am I not in the right place? Yes, I am. So, base. Swap. No, that was alright. Last one, which is TR7 down here. No. Transistors seem to be okay. Yeah, so lack of base voltage on TR4. I mean, we've got our ground here through R7, and we've got our power supply coming through R6. Unless there's a break in here. But I'm trying to get my head around the circuit because I've got let's have a look here. So we've got that in that way. C17 and C18. is across that coil. Okay, so we have got a capacitor across both those coils. Okay, that's those. So the tap, I've only got 4 connectors on this, 2 on the input and 2 on the output. Although this is showing 3, isn't it? Or is it showing those 2 joined? Ah, that's joined there, isn't it? But I'm getting the same reading on both the IF cans. So don't think it's in here. We can try R6 and C5. If R6 is open, that could cause our problem. R6, where are you? Let's find R6, R9, R8, R10, R3, 4, R1. Where's R6? R6 is there. So let me just check R6 in this circuit first, which is in there. Okay. What's going on here? I'll tell you what. $290 ohms it's measuring, or 6 in circuit there, and this one. Let me make sure I've got the right one. The bench is a little bit full with 2 radios on it at the same time. R6 is that one there. So R6 here is 278 ohms. And here it is 336. So it should be 47k. Hey? So R6 looks like red, purple, brown. Red, purple, brown, you're all going to be shouting at me now because you know all these and I don't. Red, purple, brown is 270. Oh, hang on, no, wrong. Wrong, it's yellow, purple, orange. $47k. Yellow, purple, orange, 47k. Let's try that again. Yellow, purple, orange. And what's this one? Yellow, purple, orange. R6 actually is that one. Yeah, see, that's reading open circuit in this radio. How bizarre. Mine. It's reading 13, 14k in circuit. Let's take it out and have a look. Let's get you back onto the main camera. Yeah, it's getting really confusing now. Yeah, 47k. Oh, I know, it's, you know, according to this, RP25 circuit drawing, R6 should be, R6 should be 47k. But it's not 47k, it's something like 14k in circuit. Let's pop it out and have a look. Let's pop it out and have a look. Let's take that off the bench because that's massive and in the way. It's never easy. Sometimes you're lucky on these radios. And it's just a switch, but not this time. We are not that lucky this time. Right, let's get a bit of space going here. Space. A bit of space going. Let's pop this one out. We'll pop this resistor out a minute. And we're going to give it a look. Three things shoved into the same bit. This is not the most accurate resistance meter about, to be fair. Better off with an AVO, I reckon. Let's put the LCR meter on it. That's a bit more accurate. So this should be 47k, and it is 54k. So it's not a massive amount out. You know, it dropped the voltage a little bit, but not. I don't think that's the problem. And we've got another 47k to hand. We'll just do it as we're going through. 47k anywhere? Anyone got 47k knocking about? That's 47 ohms. Bound to be the very bottom one, isn't it? Oh. I haven't got a 47k. Well, there you are. How about that for sod's law? I'm surprised I haven't got a 47k because I thought that was a fairly common size, really. That's probably heavier somewhere. No, it doesn't look like it. Not that's easily accessible. Just let me see if I can find one. Say put an old one back in. I was saying that these look pretty old, to be fair. Those will do. So look what this one reads. 47k. That's better. I mean, that's 54, so it's gone high. Those carbon resistors do tend to go high. Let's just check that that capacitor there is not open circuit or shorted. See if he's shorted. You just connect onto that. .6 NF, no, that one looks good. So that would have been, where's my schematic? So yeah, it looks like that is C5 and R6 seem to be okay, which are on the rail. So that sort of leads to the IFT still, doesn't it? Yeah, still sort of like pointing towards the transformer, but they're both reading the same, which is a bit baffling. What I might do is try putting the transformer from the other one in this one and see if that springs it into life. If so, then we'll have to pull the other one apart and have a look inside it. Let's solder that one back together. Snip the legs off if I can find the snips, which went on the floor, I believe. Yes. Right, now where's box number 8? So let's where was that lock for? It's a BF194. Box number 8. I've got some equivalent transistors. So also pop one, because it might be that that transistor's not working at that frequency. I believe it's a BF494. It's an equivalent to that. Let's have a look. Yeah, BF494. Make sure this is the same pin out. I'm going to stick that one back in, being that we're working through it. Can 100% rule that out then. Right, red is a collector. So if this is right, that'll be the collector. Green is the emitter. Blue is the base. Yeah, same pin out. Let's pop that one back in as well. Don't know. Oh. I'm boxing myself into a corner here. I need to have a bench clear up. It's awkward because this ferrite rod is right in the way of where it needs to go. So one transistor, and let's stick the other IF transformer in from the other radio, although that one could be bad as well, but I think it could be that open circuit capacitor that's called capacitor. Open circuit resistor on that one. Which is the unsold one there. Right. Okay, let's solder that in. And we'll give it another test. After I've had a clear up on the bench, because it's a mess. Oh, what's going on there? Right. Here we go again. That's the input. We have got something on the output now. Bass. Wow. It looks like we have action. Let's have a look down the bottom here. Where's that other transistor? Where are you? That's the second. That goes through this. Out to there. Down to there. Through this transformer. We're nearly there. So we've got it down to, we've made progress. We're down to there, which is
You've changed, Sam. Right from the beginning you said you didn't want this to affect our friendship. But you've made that happen, not me. Well, you can't decide these things.
okay, that's going into there. So that is our R14 we've got it at. Let's pop back to the circuit a minute then. So let's go desktop capture. Audio, let's go back to this one. Now, what did I say? R14. Got it down as R14 now, which is the input. So we've got it to the input of IFT3. So it should be coming out of, that's the discriminator there. It should be coming off of R15. No, it shouldn't. Hang on. No, it's, where the hell's the, where's it coming out? Hang on, it's coming out the top of there, isn't it? Going up into the switch there. So it's coming out of that IFT3. Somewhere. Where is it coming out of IFT3 then, which is that one? So look around, let's have a probe around IFT3 a minute. So that is here.
Supportive. She smiles at me encouragingly. No, that's kind.
It is coming out of IFT3, yeah.
Have a quiet look through them on my own. Her face crumples, and I am glad.
I think we've cracked it. So it's either that transistor not working at FM, or there was a problem with this, or it could have been a dry joint. I mean, I've not touched C5, but I put a new resistor in R6 because that one was reading high, but that wouldn't have made a massive amount of difference. It's more than likely that there could have been something wrong in that IF transformer, but looking at it on the face of it, I don't think there was, but we'll pull it apart and have a look in a minute. So, yeah, it could be that that transistor wasn't working properly at that frequency. I don't know. Let's pop it back in the set then. Let's pop it back in the set and see, but I think we are there. Message deleted by stream elements. Robert, you got the caps on again. Has he hit the caps? Yeah, the tap is on the inside of the it's on the inside. Yeah, Rob's got his caps on again. Yeah, resistor wasn't a massive amount out though. Do you think that would be enough to stop it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get it attached to the radio now then and see what the situation is. It's strange on FM. It can be silly little things can cause a radio to stop working. It's really finicky compared to AM. AM's pretty bomb-proof, but FM can be a pain. So we'll pull that one apart in a minute and we'll have a look at it under the microscope and see if there's an issue with it. Let's have a bit of a clear up then. Looks like I've lost a spring out of my... Must order some 47K. Must order some 47K resistors. I need to get a little pad here really so as I can order up everything that's missing every time I do a stream. Everything that I need. Mrs. Cruncher's busy moving stuff around outside. All the self-adhesive labels have dropped down here, all sorts of things. Let's hot wire it back into this one a minute then and see if we've now got FM. Should be alright. Okay, here goes then. Let's turn the volume right down a minute.
See, it's more animal than that.
Oh,
Like
yes.
Martin. He has something extra. 1967, 68, summer of 68. So, but our third edition was designed by Alan Aldridge.
Frequency's a fair way off on it.
Where does it come from? Sunday for our silver wedding anniversary.
There you are. It is working. It is fixed. Cheers. Right. Let's have a look. Could have been bizarre. Dry joint. Yeah, see, there wasn't an end cap on one of those, Ben. That was an old carbon resistor. Partially fixed it. Coil probably a little bit off. Yeah. So we need to have a look at the RF alignment a minute, which we might be lucky. I hope we're going to be lucky, because it's normally straight. Well, so we should have radio 2 on 88, which is there. I can't hear anything. So let's get me twiddly dooders and have a twiddle. So they are marked which one is which on here. So aerial, high frequency oscillator. So we need to move the oscillator a fraction. Let's try that and see where we go. And it would be that the oscillator is actually underneath the doesn't appear to be making any ish HF. It's usually TC3 on the other ones, but it's right underneath this ferrite, isn't it? It would be. It's actually marked on this one oscillator, so in theory we should be able to it's not a million miles off, so it's about 1 meg off. That's right. Now let's see where 100 is.
You could be owed thousands of compensation. If you bought a car
there we go.
From 2007, it may have been sold with hidden commissions. Text 8. My Claim Group. Authorized and
So if you have a look at
regulated
the
by
dial,
Financial Conduct Authority, you don't need to use a CMC. You can claim direct to your lender and the financial ombudsman.
100 is classic FM, which we've got.
866.
We've got radio 197.7. And then we should have down here 88.15.
Yeah, maybe the most optimistic. Thought that it would get as big as it did, but it really did. Anyway, this is sounds of the 70s, and so many people. Springsteen, so he's coming up after the news.
This is Radio.
Maybe very slightly.
And on your smart speaker, play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Catherine Crangle. Ukraine says it's launched a major operation using drones to destroy Russian strategic bombers on their home fields.
Make sure we're okay the other way.
Will include a promise of 6 new munition factories. It's also understood
Very slightly.
jets capable of firing tactical nuclear weapons. But when asked, John Healey wouldn't speculate on the reports.
Those sort of discussions must remain,
Including
Ukraine has attacked such aircraft before, but never on
Yes.
such a scale.
There we go.
Videos appear to show attack
Bang on.
drones homing in on their targets as they sit on the tarmac. It's not clear how the attack was orchestrated, but given the small size of the drones involved, it's likely it was launched from inside Russia.
Medics in Gaza say at least 31 people were killed when Israeli tanks opened fire near a US-backed aid distribution centre. The Israeli military said it was unaware of casualties caused by its shelling there, and the
There we are.
become a death trap. Milena Angelotti is a doctor working at the
So at minimum volume, it's still got a little bit of bleed through, which
bullets in head and chest, legs, and just about everywhere. The injuries appear quite specific and consistent.
it's got a hell of a volume. But at the off position, obviously the switch has been disconnected, but so that's it. That is it. I will reconnect that mains bodge, but I won't be putting the wires back on the plug. So as far as I'm concerned, it's disconnected. But the bit that's concerning me is in here. I don't know if you can see. It's difficult if I could try and get the light in a bit closer, but those, yeah, you can't really see it very well, can you? But the wires, these are mains wires here. They're very, very close to that transformer. I don't like that at all. Again, if I touch it, I'm sort of going to be sort of liable for it. But yeah, this is mains here, and that's very close. I get a screwdriver in between, but if one of those terminals moved up at all, we would be in all sorts of trouble. And they're using this as 240 volts. I mean, there's no way that's going to break through and touch this because of the way the switch is. But yeah, that's horrible. Really don't like that. What to do? See, I could slide some heat shrink up the wire. I could unravel this lot, slide some heat shrink down and heat shrink it on to give it a bit more protection. But then I'm modifying it, aren't I? Well, am I modifying it? I don't know. What's your thoughts? Leave it be? Step away from it? Don't type so fast then, Rob. Don't panic. There's no need to type really fast. Right. What's wrong with the can? Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah. Okay, Rob. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, let's go through it then. Let's have a look at the mains fuse then. Oh, 2 amp. 2 amp. Somebody somewhere has sort of done that on purpose and just stuck a 2 amp in. That's better. That's even better than a 3 amp. Not as good as a 1 amp, but you know, not quite as bad as we thought. Okay. So that wire was wrapped with that wire. I mean, I could make the transformer safer, but I'm just really tempted to try and make it all a bit safer. I know that the owner probably won't want to alter it in any way as far as the mains connection side of it is. But really that needs protecting, those connections there. Even a piece of plastic sort of siliconed onto it or something would be a lot better. I'd be happier with that. Wow, what can you say? I don't know. Step away from it. Coat the line contacts with a thick layer of potting compound. Just put some plastic up there. Yeah. Extra work. Yeah, certainly will. I don't think there's an issue with that, Anthony. Really want to do something with that. Don't like that touching the speaker, mind you, but again, oh, hang on, the transformer's loose anyway. Can you? Oh, you can't see that because my picture. Oh, yes, you can. Yeah, look. The transformer swivels out. Jesus, I mean, it's fairly substantial. Someone's obviously thought about it a bit. There's a ground there touching the side of the transformer case, but you know. I like to just put the whole thing in some heat shrink But would that cause the transformer to overheat if I heat shrunk that up? Somewhere I've got some really wide heat shrink. I could potentially cut a bit of that off and shove it in there. I need to try and make it safe because I'm not going to condone it by putting the plug back on it, but I wonder if a bit of that would slip over that side of the transformer. Might do. See if I can cut the stuff. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Let's mess with it a little bit more than I wanted to, but you know, I want it to be safe end of the day. That's not going to go, is it? I was hoping that would fit over that. Oh. Best I can do is wrap it with Kaptan tape, I think. I don't think I've got anything bigger than that blue stuff. Let's get some Kaptan tape and rub it up. Rub it up? Let's not rub anything up. Let's wrap it up even. Rub it up with some Kaptan tape. Too big? Right. I'm making hard work for myself here, aren't I? Right. Ricardo. Heat shrink tube for those grey mains and a plastic foil under the transformer. What I was thinking was to just wrap the bejesus out of this. like that. So that protects those wires. I think if I just put a bit of wider stuff, just wrap the whole thing up so as I can't see it anymore. How about that? It doesn't hurt my eyes so much then. You wouldn't want to go through customs with this, would you? How about that? Does that look a bit safer? I even prevented some of this from, well, still wire sticking through there where they haven't soldered it up very well. Let's just snip that off. So I think I've seen where that other screws come out of as well. Because there's a second side here. I'll say that shouldn't make it heat up anyway. It's a fairly big transformer. Ow, cool. Cool. What is that? Oh dear, there's more stuff sticking through here. God, I just pierced my finger with that, look. Blood. Christ, that's expensive now. That's just some components sticking through the circuit board, that is. Right, so that other screw went in there not very well. So if you look at this transformer, there's like a keyhole slot there where that other screw would have slid into. I mean, I'm happy with that. Wouldn't you be? There's an extra spring? I don't know. The spring was one that was on my bench. So it looks like the screw that was loose went in that hole there. So we've got two screws, they've both split the timber. That's the first screw. So that one, where am I? Where's your hand, Graham? Down here, look. Yeah, so it looks like that screw came out of there because there was a screw just resting in the bottom of the radio when I took it apart. So yeah, that's broken out of the wood there. In fact, it's all split here. Yeah, that's just splitting out the wood there. Dear, oh dear. Shame, poor old hacker. That should hold. See if that'll slide back in there. Yes. Well, we'll know anyway. Stay in there. Let's make a bigger flat blade. This is when you don't want a magnetic screwdriver in there, because it's moving it everywhere. It's magnetizing it to the transformer body. If I can get it in there, and there you go. Where's my little screwdriver? Let's make that a bit bigger. Where's the bradawl when you want one? Just making a slightly different hole because that other one's split the wood there. Come on. Oh, whose idea was it to touch this? Who said touch this? Hey? Who was it? Yeah, literally is not holding at all, that screw. It sort of is, but it's moved. Come on. Get in there. That ain't going anywhere. What a botch up, isn't it? Unusual way of wrapping the wires. Because we've still got exposed mains on the chock block as well, haven't we? To deal with. Let's have a look at this wiring here. Am I going to be able to get any heat shrink on that? I might be able to. Yeah, let's make it a bit safer. What I'll do is I'll pop the cover off of this IF can over here. That'll give me better access in there. So I didn't really want to touch any of this, but it looks like I'm going to have to. If it'd been a bit of a safer job, I wouldn't have bothered, but it's not safe at all. So you see what I mean about the wires being so close to this can here. Really, really close. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put some heat shrink on, but I'll also put a bit of Kapton tape on that afterwards. So if I turn it to you slightly, you'll be able to sort of see what I'm doing. So you can sort of see the grey wires there. So what I'll do is I'll put a bit of this heat shrink down. Hopefully I can get it to go down over the solder connection. That one. Come on, go down. Go down over that solder joint. There we are. Nice. So both those solder joints are covered now. That's better. I don't know why they've wrapped them like that. It's DC end of the day, ain't going to make no difference, is it? But, you know. Right, Captain. It's blimmin' awkward to get at. I'm going to get my fingers in there with the aerials in the way. Both aerials are in the way. I'm going to do a slide of it right in underneath there. Okay, that's that bit protected. There's even I think these switches are in parallel as well. So basically all those switch contacts would have 240 volts on them. I don't want you on there now. You go on there when I don't want you on there. Out of the way, so foul the capacitor. And that is all I can do. Put this on quick, so as I pretend I haven't seen it. In fact, it could probably do with a bigger bit of heat shrink over the whole lot of that, couldn't it, really? Just to stop it shorting on anything. That go over there. Probably won't have put all that captain tape on it, will it? Fool. Too much capped on. Definitely too much Captain Graham. What's going on here? Sometimes you wish you'd never touched someone, don't you? Just trying to stop it so as it won't rub against that can, you know? That's all I'm worried about, really. There. Bit up here now. Not a lot up here, but a bit up here. What we don't want is the chassis of this thing connected up to mains. So I'm sort of happier. Find the other screws for this thing. Where's the screw gone for the antenna? Need another bench clear up. There he is. Right. So that was that one. Let's connect those two together. Right, Damn, a little bit of solder on those, stop them ever pulling apart. What do you think? Being that we're in here now, touching stuff we weren't going to touch. I mean, stuff like this, I suppose if you're going to do it for yourself and it's your radio, then it's up to you, isn't it? But if you ever sell it on, you're really on sticky ground, aren't you? As far as I'm concerned anyway, because you've sold it on and it's not safe. It's not fit for purpose, you know? Get you over to where I'm working here. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, where's my chat gone? Where's that gone? Oh, wow, that's very rude. I'm gonna have to crack another bottle of Skinny while I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up. Yeah, strange, we're still streaming, but I can't see any chat now. Just reload YouTube a minute. Come on, catch up. Come on, chat, where are you? Yay! David, afternoon. David Rhodes. Let's just grab it out. YouTube's having trouble with the chat now. What a pain. Well, oh, we're back. Okay. Dave Rhodes, late arrival, no worries. Jess, afternoon to you. He was going to check the screw in the antenna bottom. Yes, you're right there, thanks for that. I'm just still wangling wires at the moment. Trying to work out how best to protect this from potential electric shock, because although it's the customer's radio, there's nothing to say that someone visiting the house decides they're going to just pull the back off and have a look inside and touch something they shouldn't, and you know, not good. So if I leave that screw in and Kapton tape around that, then that should protect everything then, shouldn't it? I mean, I might be going over the top on this, but you know, that's what I do, isn't it? Better safe than sorry, I think, is the expression. So I should be able to poke a hole back through this to just do that screw up. I should tape the tape on itself again. Start again. So actually for Chinese knockoff Kapton tape, it's pretty good, this. Actually saying that, no, that screw's going to be a pain. Squeak. Paul's gonna wonder what's going on when he sees this lot. He'll be like, what the hell? Right, there's not really any way anyone could get into that now, to be fair. Let's have a look at the screw then. Let's see if this is massive. No, it's not. So something has happened inside that area in the bottom. I don't know why it doesn't go down fully. Yeah, I think someone at some stage may have repaired this aerial and cut a section off a bit shorter. I think that's probably the problem, but it's not the screw. Oh well, it's worth a look, wasn't it? Right, now we've got to try and stick this screw back in the hole without messing up my nice Kapton tape. Right, okay, I'm happier with that. Fussy old sod. Oh, don't tell me I can't get it back in the case now because of that. Should be able to pop it back in there, hopefully. Go on, get in. Right. Everything is safer. Still not right, but it is safer. I'll stick a little bit around that chock block so as that can't touch anything. The screws off of mine. The screws off of this one. Again, these are fun to put in because of the chock blocks, etc. Just putting the handle screws back in. Right, okay, so I think what I'm going to do is plug it into my isolation transformer, which isn't plugged in. Oh, I've got to get to grips with this wiring on the floor here. I'll tell you what. It's not great. Okay, so let's plug him into the old isolation transformer, which has got a current thingamajiggery on it. Turn him on. 240 volts.
Harvey Weston on bass and Lenny Hayes. Tonight is the.
But that doesn't matter. You.
Okay, the interstation muting is not working. It is now.
It is.
Well done. Yeah, he speaks in Tolkien's intricate Elvish language, developed as part of his larger mythology. Apparently, Mortensen went beyond learning his lines in Elvish, studied it deeply, even speaking it off screen with fellow actors. It must have been deeply irritating.
She's with you, it's in the Fifth Element? Yes.
Yes.
I can't remember the name of the language, but she spoke in tongues on the film.
She did. It was actually called The Divine Language, and that was a Luc Besson film, and they worked very closely to sort of refine this language and became fluent enough to converse on set. So that leaves Jodie Foster.
That is done. Kink in that area over there, but I'll say I have got to take that one off. End of the day, it's not a legal plug either. It's got the non-shrouded bits on it. Cool. And it was clamped. It's very much clamped on the wires as well, so yeah, that's not very good. So there we are. I think someone's... Where's that clamp there? Yeah, that was literally just touching that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but let me get you right in tight on the bench. Can you see where the screw was for the plug? It's back there. So that must have just been tickling the live terminal there. And this one here as well. I don't know if you can see that in the light or not, but oh dear. It gets worse, doesn't it? So I'm going to have to cut these back now, aren't I? Oh, God. I mean, I'm happier that it's safer now, but I still wouldn't be signing my name to the main supply on this. Let's cut that bit off. no ground on this either. Put a little dab of solder on the end of those. Just to stop them fraying. And that's it. So that's ready for anybody that would want to rewire it. How about that? Suitably disconnected, look. Solder or not solder screw terminal connections. Well, all I've done is I've just tinned the end bizarre. So you can see I've still got the copper. If you tin it, you've really got to screw the screws down tight to bite into the copper. So I've just screwed the ends, sorry, tinned the ends to stop them fraying. So there we are. That is, as far as I'm concerned, done and dusted. Let's have a look at the transformer. Let's have a look at the transformer. Yeah, it's the wrong type of plug anyway. So what you're saying is it's not allowed a 2 amp fuse. I can tell you I've got Volve radios here that I've put 1 amp fuses in the thing. So I've bent the little tabs back that hold this in. Let's red and red is marked anyway. Let's there's red on the top and red on the bottom, so we know which way round it goes. Let's pull this out and have a look. Unusual sort of configuration with this big ferrite piece around and plastic bit there but open there. So let's see if I can get it underneath the microscope. Where's my microscope lead? There it is. What was I using it for? Oh, I was using it to power up the oscilloscope, just in case I needed it. Let's get the microscope over and we'll have a look, see if there's any thing that we can see on it. Right. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see under the microscope. No audio. No audio. Yeah, right. What I was trying to say was that looks like that's the center tap of the secondary. And these are the other two taps. So let me just ohm those out. Let's get the main camera back on. At least we can hear then. That's one good thing. Let's turn that light off. Although one side of this wasn't connected, was it? So we should have a connection there. Which we haven't. We've got one there. 4 ohms, but we haven't got one there. So I assume that center one with the 2 wires is the tap. It's got to be, isn't it? So it looks like we have got an open secondary on that one. Yeah. Yeah, because that pin's not actually connected in the circuit, those 2 pins. It's these 4 here that are connected. So yeah, strange, because I'm sure it did have a read in there. Hang on. Oh, it's just me touching it. Yeah, open secondary. There you are. It looks like it is. Yeah, microscope, it's not switching across for some reason. No worries, Chris. Yeah, you're right. $500 milliamp is quite high still, Chris. I mean, you're set on full whack would probably peak in 100 milliamp maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's better than doing that. I don't know. I mean, they look fine to me, and you know, without unraveling the whole thing. You know, there should be a center tap. It should be connected to either side of the center tap, shouldn't it? Well, it's not. It's connected to one side and not the other. Yeah, I don't know. Let me have a look on my own close-up under the microscope, see if I can see anything. Let's say, unfortunately, close-up for you has been like pitch black. Yeah, so it looks, according to the multimeter, there's a break between the centre tap and this one. Yeah, that's in underneath the other windings, I think. Yeah, the other windings are wound over the top of that one, so I can't easily get that off without taking the whole lot off. I can't really see any physical breaks on it. I mean, I can see the outer wires there. Potentially there could be. I don't know. No, I can't physically see a break in it, to be fair. It looks like they've varnished it and then waxed it, so I'm not going to be able to get it off without breaking it anyway. But I can't see any physical breaks anywhere. Oh well, was worth a look, wasn't it? Rewind the whole thing. David would sort that right out, wouldn't he? Hang on, wrong light. I'll turn that one off, on and that one off. Well, there we are. That's pretty much it for today. That went according to plan. I did hope it would be straightforward. It wasn't that straightforward, but we sort of hit on it straight away, really. Yeah, one side of it isn't connected, the other one is, but they're both. The important one isn't connected. Could have probably swapped the two wires over, bizarre, and it would have worked. What happened to the Hickok? The Hickok is still, it's back together, but I can't get the voltage up on it. Some issue with either the transformer or the wiring. Now I've got to find another for the other radio. Yeah, yes. No worries, Ben. Thanks, Sandra. Thanks, Tim. I'm sure that I measured that, you know, and that was showing continuity, but it ain't now. How strange. Oh well, as I say, it could be rewound, I suppose, if you were that way inclined. Yes, rewound on the Hickok, yeah. Thanks, Joe. So... I've really got to sort this audio situation out, because every time I switch cameras I lose the audio. So the audio is sat, the audio source is on the main camera. So whenever the main camera's on, even if I'm picture in picture, the audio comes through. But as soon as I switch to another camera, we lose the audio. It's very strange. No worries, Sandra. It's your favourite Christmas stream. It was a lot of work, Bob, wasn't it? Getting that transformer back in and trying to work out where the hell all those wires are. Yeah. Cheers, Gavin. It is the lapel mic, yeah. Yeah, the lapel mic's working again, Joe. There's what? Like, everything happens all at once, doesn't it? Because not only did we have issues with the streaming setup on this laptop, I thought there's a problem with the software for the microphone, and it wasn't. It was a mechanical problem with the microphone. One of the wires had, was just touching intermittently. Yeah, apparently so, bizarre, but I can't get it to do it. If I try adding another mic, it doesn't like it at all. I can't remember how I did it, because I had this problem initially with the stream back when I first started, but you know, it's not happened recently. Yeah, so there you are. Hopefully you've enjoyed that today. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because it all helps on YouTube. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Subs are going a bit slow at the moment. I was looking back through some of my stats earlier, and it doesn't really pay to do live streams, does it? Because you don't get the viewers that you get for shorter, like pre-recorded videos. But end of the day, it's the only way that's going to get us together, isn't it? So I'm going to stick with it, but I might try popping a few more normal videos out if I get a chance. So there you are, people. I hope you've enjoyed that today, and if you have, as I say, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and all the rest of it. And thanks to my Patreons and channel members who are helping keeping me at it, really. So bye for now, and I'll catch you next week, if not before. And hopefully this will work.